All right, joined now by Jets beat writer and contributor for Yahoo Sports and our friend Kristian Dyer. Good to see you once again, buddy.
With friends like me, who needs enemies?
Exactly. Well, it's a big week here for the Jets. We all knew that this was going to be a big draft for them, and really the first test of what we were going to get out of new general manager Mike Maccagnan and head coach Todd Bowles. This is a guy who came with a scouting background, so this was supposed to be his bread and butter. By all early indications, did they hit a home run in this draft?
Yeah, this is supposed to be what Mike Maccagnan and Todd Bowles are all about. Maccagnan, former director of college scouting for the Houston Texans. Todd Bowles comes in with a reputation for being able to identify talent. And you look at what they did in free agency. I think free agency set them up to have this kind of draft. And it's going to be one of the top 5 drafts of any team in the league so far. Through what we've seen, and then certainly undrafted free agents factor in. But right now, the picks that they've made, among the most solid drafts the Jets have had probably in the past 10 years. And being able to bring in a Darrelle Revis, Antonio Cromartie, re-signing David Harris, some of the moves they made on offense with a James Carpenter on the offensive line, Brandon Marshall coming in. Let them come out into this draft and specifically get best player available.
And they did. I mean, I think a lot of people considered Leonard Williams, the defensive tackle, the defensive lineman, they expected him to be the best player in the draft, and he fell all the way to 6 with the Jets, which wasn't a need for them. But did that change their draft strategy moving from that point on after they got him?
There was a lot of talk of Leonard Williams going as early as number 2 in this draft.
Yeah.
And people were saying that if it wasn't a quarterback-driven draft, i.e. teams desperately needing a quarterback, he would have been the number 1 player taken overall. He's a freakish athlete, a guy who tested very well at the Combine, put up absolutely phenomenal numbers at USC. It's not an area of need for the Jets, but the Jets went out there and said, this is the best guy. We're going to turn a strength of our team into something that's now a dominant force. Teams are going to have to game plan around this guy and around a defensive line that includes Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, Damon Harrison, Laji Douzable as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be throwing a lot of bodies out there, and this is the new identity of this Jets team. They're going to rush the quarterback. Todd Bowles is a blitz-happy head coach.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fit, and quite frankly, it takes an awful lot of pressure off of an offense that's going to be improved, but still isn't a strength of this team.
It's a big man's league. You can't have enough big men, and the 2 most important players, as we've heard a number of times, are the quarterback and the guy who can get to a quarterback. So certainly the Jets are going to be that defensive line that everybody is going to be fearing. But speaking of the quarterback, they went out and they got Bryce Petty in this draft. They still have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is still dealing with a bit of an injury, and Geno Smith is the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season on this roster.
It certainly is, and it's going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick, barring any major setback in terms of injury or his inability to grasp the playbook, which for a Harvard graduate, I don't think is going to be a great difficulty.
He's had 101 career interceptions, though. That doesn't worry you a little bit?
You do look at the numbers from last year, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, a little bit skewed there with his final game, 6 touchdowns against the Tennessee Titans. Each season over the past 3 years, his completion percentage has increased. You're talking about a Jets defense that's going to be, in all likelihood, top 3 in the league, if not the best defense in the league. What are you asking from a quarterback in that situation, Steve?
Just don't turn it over.
Manage the game.
Yeah, just manage the game. And this offense is going to have, of course, Decker, Marshall. Now you go and get a burner like Devin Smith. Don't forget, Jeremy Curley is still on this roster as well. If Geno Smith were to take the helm of this is almost like now or never for Geno, isn't it?
It certainly is. And at some point in his career, Geno Smith needs to actually step up and begin performing like a guy who was touted to be a first-round pick 3 years ago. At this point, the Jets have been asking for Geno Smith to go out there and not lose them any games. When's he going to step up and be the quarterback who goes out there and wins them some games? Yeah. I'm not sure if he has that in his skill set or repertoire.
Well, I tell you what, it's been an interesting offseason so far, and right now we can't wait for the regular season to begin. Kristian Dyer, always good talking to you. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.